Hello everyone, you're watching Data Analytics Professionals and I'm Shahnaz Malik. Let's quickly jump into today's lecture topic. Now, before I begin, I just would like to remind all of you that this is a lecture series on AWS and machine learning. Current topic of this lecture is going to be about Amazon Web Services, and we're going to talk about all services. Now, this is lecture number 2 in this series, and there are sections within AWS services, and because we will be concentrating, this lecture will be more concentrated on machine learning. So I started with the Amazon Web Services machine learning, and if you can see that there are SageMaker is there, Amazon SageMaker is there, and Amazon Code Guru is there, Amazon Comprehend is there, Amazon Forecast is there, Amazon Fraud Detector is there, Amazon Kendra is there, and Amazon Lex, Amazon Machine Learning, Amazon Personalize, Amazon Poly, Amazon Recognition, and Amazon Textract is there. Amazon Transcribe, Amazon Translate, Amazon Deep Lens, Amazon Deep Racer, Amazon Augmented AI, which stands for Artificial Intelligence, and AWS Deep Composer. So these are the services which we can use, and I am going to pick some of them and show you how we can use them for machine learning. Just bear with me. But these are not the only services that Amazon Web Services provide. I can quickly go through. Here is a section of security, identity, and compliance. And if you see, we have I am inside it, which we are going to see how to use it. And we have resource access manager, and cognito is there, secrets manager is there, guard duty, inspector, and Amazon Marcia, and so on. And you can see there are a number of services until detective. I'm not going to, make this lecture boring, just showing you that there are many services, and we are going to pick whatever we need to do machine learning within AWS, and we are going to pick them, understand them, and use them. And if you can see, for example, storage, S3. And I'm going to touch on the S3. Then there is EFS, and then is SX, and S3 Glacier is there, storage gateway is there, AWS backup is there. So we are going to touch on most of them in our projects, and when we are going to start actually doing machine learning. And before machine learning, we're going to set all these up for us. I'm going to pick see how far I'm going to show you, but here in this storage services we will use quite a few. Now there is AWS service as database, so you can see RDS, DynamoDB is there, Elastic Cache is there, and so on. Amazon Redshift is there, and you can see there are other in the list. So again, I will do my best to pick some of them and show you how to use them in machine learning within AWS. And so is a compute is really important services within AWS. So, and in there you can see who has not used EC2, Lightsail, Lambda, Batch, Elastic Beanstalk, and serverless application repository. Okay, and so on. Just see the EC2 image builder is there, and AWS Outposts. So these are really important services, and I'm going to again show you, how pick some of them and then see, whatever we could whatever we could do to learn and see how we can use different services to learn about AWS and machine learning. Especially, our target will be more towards the machine learning. Now, here is AWS cost management, and yeah, with the cost management services, basically what you can do is you can see your cost explorer, and it create budgets and marketplace subscriptions. Again, I'm going to pick them because we need to see, we need to keep and check on cross costs and create our budgets and see how we are we performing our tasks under budgets, and it's going to be really useful, and I'm going to touch on this as well. Now, here is one more really, great section of AWS service as analytics. So, and you can see there are number of tools available for services available for us. Athena is there, EMR is there, Cloud Search is there, Elasticsearch service is there, Kinesis is there, Quick Site, Data Pipeline, and AWS Data Exchange, AWS Glue, and AWS Lake Formation, and MSK. So stay tuned in this in this lecture series. I will see how far we can I'm going to touch only those services which are required for machine learning within AWS. But if you keep watching my channel, and then surely I'm going to pick different projects and show you how to get most out of Amazon Web Services. Now, migration and transfer, you can see here are other services which are also very useful. I'm not going to now make this lecture boring. Then we have containers, and if you see, there are some services available within it, and networking and content delivery, and you can see VPC, CloudFront, Route 53, and so on. So these are really useful services, and developers tool, who don't need a developers tool. And so here is code start, code commit, code build, code deploy, and code pipeline, code 9, and X-ray. Now, customer enablement, you have services, and within that we have some other supports given, services given by AWS as a service. So keep just showing you how much is there within AWS. So robotics is there, and blockchain is there, and there is a section of media services there. I'm not going to now as I said, let's move on quickly and jump into our main task. So management and governance is there. Mobile section is there, and you can find some services there as well. AR and VR is there. Application integration is there within AWS services, and customer engagement section is there, in which we have Amazon Connect, Pinpoint, and Simple Email service. Business application section is there for and maybe you all have used Alexa for business, Amazon, and Chime and Workmail. So this is all if you go on, there is quite a lot, and Amazon is only improving and adding services for their customers. So it is really a great place to actually learn what Amazon can do, and use its services for your business, and compete in the business world. So here is end user computing. Okay. Internet of Things, again, this is really catching some attention from the market at the moment. Game development is there, satellite is there, and quantum technologies. So these were the services that are offered at this point of time when I'm recording. I think over 175 services are available from Amazon Web Services. Now, just as this is a time to test your progress, just my suggestion is to pen down everything you learned from this lecture about Amazon Web Services, or at least pick what you would like to learn, in this series, and you can comment, send me email or comment, and if you are interested in a particular service, and I will do my best. If I do have expertise in that area, I will do my best to then either add, if it can be added in this series, or I can make a separate lecture series on that particular service, if you are especially interested, provided I do have expertise for the same. Now, once we are once if you have penned down everything, I would like to just share with you that I'm planning next topic of this lecture series is going to be about how do I create and activate a new Amazon Web Services account. So although I have opened it long back, but I will show you. I will show. I know. I suggest to watch my lecture from start to end first without opening the account, because I will be talking a lot of recommendations, suggestions, and advices that you need actually to create an account which will be more useful, because I've seen many students and many individuals make certain mistakes, which then later on they're not able to manage AWS account in a best way possible. So stay tuned, and now, I do have a question, and that is, how do you rate this lecture and the presentation that I have created for all of you guys? I have worked really hard to create this setup, and because I believe in in a thing that once you have a good presentation, once the setup is good, the sound is good, the presentation is good, the content of lecture is good, then it is really useful for everyone who's actually trying to learn and share these lectures with others. So please rate this lecture and the presentation, please, and you can use the scale from 0 to 10, where 10 is the maximum you can rate it. Now, just to remind you that this is a lecture series about Amazon Web Services and Machine Learning, or AWS and Machine Learning. And AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. And this lecture was all about all services within AWS. Now, that's it from me in this for this lecture. But I do have more slides in which you can learn more about me, data analytics, and find really useful information, like how to contact me, or where you can see what's happening, which lectures I'm making, and which are in progress and which are coming. You have I have is a lot of information. I have a data analytics professional, also .com, and where I do my best to actually write blogs on the various topics. So there's a lot lot of things happening at the back end. So just watch the coming slides until end, and I see you in the next lecture. Until then, have a good time.